Deep Ocean Project Manager for Historic and Treasure Shipwrecks, and see what he makes of this latest development. Guy, thank you so much for joining us. You know, this is your area of specialism and expertise. This is possibly the development in this story that we were least hoping for, and in fact we're praying we would never hear. I wonder how significant and how worrying you think this latest news is.
Well, it's consistent with what many of my colleagues and friends and I have been thinking about. I don't like to engage in rumor, but this is a small community. People know people who know people who are out there. And we are hearing that at about 3,200 meters during the dive, while communications were still going, that there was an attempt to abort the mission, which means something happened. Most likely a leak. They would be trying to lose ballast, to resurface. Sounds like if this is the debris field of the OceanGate submersible, then this would be a catastrophic implosion and a quick demise of those inside.
Guy, I mean, obviously that's appalling to contemplate. But when you say, you know, this is a very small community, people, we know each other, I still don't really understand how that kind of communication can be made, because we're not supposed to have heard at all from Titan, are we? So if we haven't heard from Titan, how could anybody know at what time anything happened, or whether there was an attempt to abort the mission? How could anybody even know that?
Well, certainly, first of all, P.H. Nargeolet, the pilot, is a personal friend and shipmate from our work together in 2001 on the battleship Bismarck, first man dives on the battleship Bismarck. So there's a personal loss here too. And we were able to get together again to speak at a Titanic artifacts exhibit at one of the museums, so that we renewed our acquaintance and friendship not too long ago. Each one of these submersibles have an extensive support staff, and that support staff, you know, are people who want to communicate to their own friends and relatives about what's going on. So I would speculate someone from the OceanGate crew communicated outside of the circle.
But I would still ask again, because I would ask just for the purposes of elucidation here. Yes, so you suspect that maybe it was a member of the OceanGate crew who communicated this, but how would the OceanGate crew member be made aware of this? How would he or she even know that this had happened when there's no communication going on at all?
I don't know how OceanGate set up its ship to submersible comms. I can tell you how we did it with the Russian Academy of Sciences Deep Submersible Program, and there was an entire room that was dedicated to the communications between the ship and the submersibles. But if there were not just one person in the room.
But Guy, if there had been communication from the submersible saying we're trying to abort the mission, wouldn't we have all known that days ago, 3 days ago, rather than just hear it as a kind of rumor and hearsay, possibly via a member of the crew? It seems to me astounding that something so pivotal could possibly have been kept confidential all this time.
You would think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would think, yes. Wouldn't you?
I don't have personal knowledge of that. It's just what has been heard among the community. Okay,
and so therefore, what are you hearing about what's going on right now? What are the thoughts and feelings? What are your thoughts and feelings about this debris field?
Well, having been, you know, across the Titanic debris field, as well as having how much mapping of that debris field that has been done to date, if there's something new down there, it would be recognizable in my mind. So for them to announce that they have come across a debris field in the area of the Titanic, and say something about it, to me, it's heading in that direction of a
Guy,
verification.
Thank you very much for joining us. And I know you've just said that the French passenger on board is a friend of yours. So I'm very sorry in advance if what people are surmising might be the case does turn out to be true. I
do appreciate the the attention that you've all given to this and to the the people who are missing.